some overturned U-turn that's going to show some weakness in his stature. I mean, the report started with the fact that he couldn't even be heard when he made that comment. And he is mild-mannered. I don't think it's about his manner. I think it's about his actions and what he sticks to. The fact is, what John's making in terms of the points all of the morning has had a lot of people online getting excited, a lot of people saying, yes, I agree, I want to hear comments like this. But the fact of the matter is, it's a terror regime. The general public are terrorised by it, they are fearful by it, and there has to be a discussion to try and work out what the plan of action is. So it has to be debated, it has to be discussed.
But you can debate it, but what you must not do is enter into the fray. You must not enter into the fight just because we must do something, and that's the danger. We've done that before. We did that in Afghanistan, we did that in Iraq. Most obviously we did that in Libya, where we entered the fray to save lives, and we did, and we made the situation worse overall. There's no doubt about that.
But Kate, the immediate fear seems to be if we don't take this action, we sit back and wait and try and take a more diplomatic course of action, terror attacks will happen in the meantime. I think that's what you're saying, is that people at home are frightened that there might be a Paris-style terror attack, and they want to be something to be seen to do to head that off.
The general person on the street who perhaps doesn't have the information, the insight that people who follow the news and are more involved in the news have, they are frightened, they are scared, they don't know what's there, and they want to protect the family, they want to understand what's going to happen to
It is an interesting point. It's the wonders of modern technology. I've just had a text from a friend of mine who's a police officer. And has worked in intelligence and all these areas. He says the difference between ISIS and Al-Qaeda is that they base their stance on the progression of the caliphate, which we know. They make inroads into the group in Syria, degrade infrastructure, and the belief in the caliphate will fall and the group will win. Now, I think that's a valid point.
But it is factually incorrect.
Why is it?
Because you say you degrade the infrastructure. That's like saying when President Hollande said, we've attacked command and control centres in Raqqa. There are no command and control centres. It doesn't look like this. ISIS headquarters, it's a bloke in a tent with a phone. You're just not going to do it that way. You're just not going to do it by saying we can kill half a dozen terrorists. Sarah Jane, you said people on the streets are scared. I absolutely agree with that. An RAF Tornado crew, brave and courageous that they are, with a Brimstone missile, is not going to affect the threat that we face one jot. Not one iota. You can't kill them all. And you only need one or two to come back here. Or, God, in actual fact, you get the homegrown ones, as we did with the London tube bombings. Homegrown. Not people who train somewhere else.
But inspired by people in Raqqa or
Stephen, that's been going on for 20 years now. You're not going to kill that ideal. That is a regional ideal. It's a regional problem.
So how do you get the debate so people can understand truly what...
Because, Kate, people want a yes or no answer. And that's what the Prime Minister is giving us, a yes or no answer, and the yes or no answer doesn't exist. And we've got to stop believing that it does exist.
Sure, but how do you get the debate so people can understand what...
Well, you'll have to argue that out between
we'll do it later in the
because I want to move on to Malta. The PM's in Malta, actually. There's a meeting of Commonwealth